guys, this is Shannon from Skip to My Life, and today I'm coming to you from my tiny kitchen where we will be spring cleaning from top to bottom. This is week 4 in my spring cleaning challenge, so let's get going. If you love to live an upscale lifestyle on a downsized budget, I am here for you at Skip to My Life. If you're just joining us on this 5-week series, you'll want to start by downloading the spring cleaning checklist, and that's available to download in my description box. Because my kitchen is so small, I decided to make the most use of the above cabinet space by using some organizing cubes, and I'm going to show you those a little more closely later. But when I say cleaning from top to bottom, I mean starting from the ceiling. So we're going to start by taking those little cubes down, and I'm going to go through everything in those. It has been quite a while since I've gone through these boxes. There's nothing really special about these boxes. I purchased them at Walmart for $5. And they were in my budget and they fit the space perfectly. The thing I like about them is they are collapsible, so if I want to store them, they're really easy to store. When I started going through some of the items that I was keeping up there, I realized that I had not touched some of these in over a year, so there's really no reason for me to keep some of these items. And for the ones that I did keep, I went ahead and reorganized them in a way that I'm using them currently in my kitchen. Make sure you watch all the way to the end for the big reveal. I've given you this organizational tip before, but I'll say it again. If you take items out of their original packaging, you will find that you create so much more space than you ever thought possible. I just want to let you all know that this was my messy kitchen in the middle of this project, and I am right there in the trenches with you all. Comment below and let me know if you have a mystery cupboard. You know, the one above your refrigerator. Yes, I had a package of chips that was a year expired and some other items I had been searching for quite some time. So the moral of this story is be careful what you store in that mystery cupboard, because it really should be something you don't need on an ordinary basis. I'm also going to be labeling my mystery cupboard so I will never again forget what's up there. If you're getting some inspiration from today's video, please let me know by clicking that thumbs up button. And I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. It is completely free, and I have so many great ideas coming up for you. These were my working labels, and I decided I wanted to upgrade those so that they looked really pretty. And so for my next little project, I printed out some really pretty tags that I created on my computer, and I went ahead and laminated those, cut them out, punched some holes, and tied them to that little circle on the box with a ribbon. Comment below and let me know how you use this space above your cabinets. Do you use it for storage? Do you decorate it? Do you just kind of ignore it and leave it alone? I'm really curious to see what ideas and creativity you all have come up with. I'll link below to the other episodes in this spring cleaning series. This week is number 4, and then we'll conclude the series next week with the laundry area and linen closet. So make sure you click that subscribe button and come on back. I really love the way that these labels turned out, and now I am ready to take that extra space on top of my cabinets and add a little bit more storage in the form of a small decoration. I do a fair amount of baking, and I have gone through different systems over the years on how to store my pans. And so I decided just to go ahead and use them as part of my kitchen decor. And I'm really happy with the idea because now at a glance, I can see all the different cake pans I have. I added just a little bit of floral up there, and I think it all ties together in a really fun, fresh way for spring. I've decorated this area several times before, but I try to do it as little as possible because as you can see, it's a pretty awkward little space to get up in there and put everything where I need it. The pewter soup tureen and the wooden rolling pin were from my mother-in-law and my mom, so they kind of tell a story. Let me know if you have items on display in your kitchen that you love. Just as I was really getting exhausted, my husband brought me this great lunch of smoked brisket and baked beans with cilantro. It was so delicious. So after that lunch, I was re-energized to clean up my whole pantry. Now, I really don't have a pantry. It is just cupboards that I've organized for our food storage. But we have this awkward 90-degree space in our cupboard. Comment below and let me know if you have something like this. It's impossible really to use on a daily basis because you have to reach so far back. So I decided this time to go ahead and use that space for some of my horizontal baking trays, cupcake trays, things like that I don't need all the time. And I'm gonna give this a go and see how it works. Here's a tip on organizing food storage. Merchandise it like you would find it at the grocery store. So the item in front, you know, runs deep to the back. You don't have to dig around to find anything. Here's another example of consolidating your food from the original box to another container. This is a Sam-sized container of club crackers that fit into a much, much smaller space once I took them out of their original packaging. If you don't already own a label maker, I highly recommend you invest in one when you're organizing your kitchen. It makes my life so much easier. Now it's time for me to go through all my spices and check the expiration dates. I've shared this system before, but I'm going to show you how it works for me and my spice cabinet. You'll see that I have these 3 cake plates, and these are from Dollar Tree, and then on the bottom I've placed some BBs, and I purchased those really inexpensively at Walmart. And then I have 3 more cake plates that I'm going to put on top and create a Lazy Susan. Now it's really important that you get cake plates versus pie plates because the cake plates are going to have almost a 90-degree angle. The pie plates are going to be a 45-degree angle. So these work much better for Lazy Susans, and you will save so much money using this little method, especially in an area like your spice cabinet where no one is really going to see it and it doesn't matter how fancy it is. So I have put one of those tiers here, wire racks here, and this is a great place for my overflow things like dates and other little containers. By the way, these particular containers from Dollar Tree fit perfectly underneath the wire racks that they sell, so they're a great partnership, and I'll show you a little bit more about that in a minute. But right now I have gone through all my spices and I've made sure that none of them are expired, and now I'm going to kind of be able to separate them according to how I use them. The nice thing about the system, even in my very small cabinet, is that I have room in the back for the taller items like salt, and I can just stack those in the back. Also things like maple syrup, which I use for sweetener. And once I'm done doing that, then I can go through some of these other items and separate them out by baking and different things that I use commonly. If you're getting value from this video, go ahead and let me know by clicking the thumbs up button. So now that I have these spice racks organized, I'm going to show you my thinking behind where I put things and what I discovered. So first of all, this is my baking Lazy Susan. It's got things like vanilla, almond. One thing I learned is that when I don't go through these at least every few months, I end up with a lot of duplicates because, for example, I totally forgot I already had almond extract. I went out and made a special trip just to buy some because I needed some from a recipe. And if I had gone through this a little bit more frequently, I would have already known that. So that's one of the great things about having a system in place. It's easy to see where your things are. You don't have to make a special trip. And also, you know if you have extras. So I found out that I had 3 ground cinnamons and also 3 black peppers. So I know I'm good on that, and I'm saving some of my overflow here in the back. So anyway, all of this Lazy Susan is baking things like cinnamon, nutmeg, pumpkin pie spice, all my flavorings. I know that anything that I need for baking is going to be right here. This second one is commonly used spices, so things like garlic powder, black pepper, Italian seasoning, salt. And by the way, all of these taller spice containers are from Dollar Tree. So don't forget about Dollar Tree when you're looking at your common kitchen spices because you will save lots of money. And I have never had a problem with them tasting, you know, unusual or anything. I've always had really good luck with Dollar Tree spices. This also, having them be a little bit less expensive, allows you to change them out when, you know, before or when they're expired, and you don't have to worry about spending a whole bunch of money at one time. So that's these 2. And then this last one is less commonly used spices. So for me, this is things like bay leaves, cardamom, fennel seed, things like that that I might need for a recipe, but I won't use it all the time in recipes. Over here on the right, I had space for all of my sprinkles, and these things can take up so much room. So I was glad that I had a little extra space over here. We've also got margarita salt and toothpicks, and then up here I have labels for leftover containers or things that I put in the freezer. And then back here I've got my regular strike matches in case of emergency. We need those for if electricity would go out, which it did this winter. So, and then I also have my dates back here. Now I'm trying to use more natural sugars like maple syrup and dates. So I've got some of those back here as well. So this is my working order for now. It makes me feel great that I have this cupboard done. It makes me want to cook more and bake more because I don't have to confront the frustration of opening this cupboard and not knowing where anything is. Now I'm going to show you a $5 project anyone can put together for kitchen decor. You'll need 3 of these little silver serving plates from Dollar Tree, as well as some ribbon to go down the back. And all you will do, I'm taking this old one off the wall and I'm gonna rejuvenate it. You'll see that I glued the ribbon down the back of those trays and glued a little piece of paper over it just to make it look a little nicer. And then on the front of those trays, I used some black flat paint, or you can use black chalk paint, and just painted the inside surface and then wrote some fun sayings for me, Bible verses and inspirational quotes that I can look at as I cook. We started with the top and now we're going to the very bottom of my kitchen and cleaning out that nasty and frustrating plastics storage cupboard. Comment below and let me know if you have one of these. This area has always been such a frustration to me, and I was happy that I finally feel like I have a system in place that's going to work. The best investment I've ever made in this area is a motion sensor strip light that's powered by batteries. Now, I purchased this at Bed Bath & Beyond. I know you can find these at hardware stores as well, but every time I go into the cupboard, it activates that light and I can actually see what I'm doing, and that just makes a huge difference. So next, what I decided to do is covered all of that nasty plywood with some really pretty little wrapping paper, and I chose this kind of a teal, fresh blue-green color. If you watched my under sink organizing video, you'll know that I'm loving this fresh blue color, and I decided to get rid of all my old storage and use it for things like paint and storage in my tool shed, and replace it with inexpensive items both from Dollar Tree and Walmart that are fresh and clean and really motivating to keep straight and organized. I sure hope you all have found some inspiration to tackle your kitchens with me. I know that this place can be extremely intimidating and defeating, and I just wanted to lift your spirits a little bit. Even if you only tackle one small area of your kitchen, it is going to make you feel so much better about spending time in this room. And you know what? You are worth it. You are the heart of your home, and I so appreciate you coming over to spend a little time with me at Skip to My Life. Thanks so much for coming along today. Don't forget, comment below and let me know your favorite idea from today's episode. And until next time, this is Shannon from Skip to My Life. Make it a great day.